Welcome, race fans. This is Rory, your in paddock headquarters. Very exciting day today. We had a practice session and a qualifying session for the Austrian Grand Prix. I think the big story of the day was track limits. If you watched either one of the sessions, you saw many of the drivers struggling to stay on the track and not get all of their tires over those white lines. So it was very interesting. Several fast laps were deleted because the drivers had gone outside of the track limits. Let's go through the rundown real quick. First is Max Verstappen. He is going to be on the pole position on Sunday's race. Now remember, this is for Sunday's Grand Prix. Tomorrow, we have the qualifying and the sprint race, the mini race, before the Grand Prix. So more action tomorrow. But Max Verstappen will be on the pole position for Sunday's race. Then we have the two Ferraris. Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz come in second and third. So very, very interesting. Good news. And Lando Norris for McLaren will be in the P4 position. Let's keep going down. Hamilton, the only Mercedes in the top 10. George Russell drops down, and that leaves a spot for somebody else to move up. But Russell comes in at a number 11. Hamilton is at P5 for the Grand Prix. Lance Stroll, for I believe the first time this season, outperforms his teammate, Fernando, who is starting P7. Nico Hülkenberg, who really has been streaky, but I still think Haas has gotten their money's worth out of Nico Hülkenberg. Nico is P8, and Pierre Gasly, P9, and Alex Albon, P10. Continuing to perform well for Williams Racing. Alex Albon really is taking it to another level. I'm excited to see how he finishes this season and how he moves through the mid part with the improvements to Williams. James Vowles is clearly an incredible addition to the Williams Racing team. So it's very, very exciting watching Alex do his thing. Logan Sargent underperformed. Unfortunately, he's one of the regular cast of characters that will be starting in the bottom 5. So I'm still pulling for the American, but quite frankly, we're at the point in the season where he really needs to step up in kind of a big way. He needs some solid, steady performances. He just can't keep hanging around the back while the other rookies outperform him. So I want to get to the two big stories, though. The first one, Sergio Perez was in contention for the championship early in the season, continues to have troubles. He is out of the top 10. He is starting P15. So one of the Red Bulls is not in the top 10 or the top 8. For the first couple races, we had 2 Red Bulls, 2 Aston Martins, 2 Ferraris, and 2 Mercedes would regularly be in the top 8. In this case, we are missing a Red Bull, as Sergio Perez is starting 15th, and George Russell, we're missing a Mercedes, is starting 11th. So that mixes it up and allows some opportunity for the others. But let me get back to Ferrari. Ferrari, they came in with major upgrades, or, well, I guess not as many upgrades or as big a package as McLaren, which definitely paid off for them. But nevertheless, the Ferraris looked great. Charles Leclerc looked great. I'm excited to see what he does tomorrow in the sprint race, and I'm more excited to see what Ferrari does coming off a very strong performance a couple weeks ago. I'm really excited. I know some of the Ferrari fans out there, you're very excited in the direction that Ferrari is going. My goodness, it only took a couple weekends for them to put something together where people can really start and get excited about Ferrari again. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still have the sprint race, and we still have the Grand Prix where you actually have to run the race. So congratulations to Ferrari on a really good qualifying session, having Ferrari come in 2 and 3, starting the race on Sunday. Now, Lando in the McLaren. So they did the upgrades to only one car. Piastri was in the second car. He didn't finish in the top 10. I think he was like 12th or 13th. But Lando's car, with the upgrades for McLaren, Lando comes in. He's starting P4. Very, very good. He's a quick driver when he has a good car. So hopefully he can put together a strong run in this Grand Prix. So I'm very excited about the weekend. I'm very excited about the race. Just another thing, Lance Stroll got a good performance, but he needs to inch up a little bit. He has a fast car. He has the fast car. He needs to be fighting for the front at some point during this season. So that's kind of where we are. I'm still watching Ocon, the other Alpine, does not get in the top 10. So that race between Alpine and McLaren. So we have one McLaren in the top 10, and we have one Alpine in the top 10. But Ocon and Piastri both are out. They're not starting in the top 10, so they're going to have to fight their way through traffic. So it's a very exciting track. It's a hilly track with several elevations in the Austrian Grand Prix. And turns 9 and 10 were just devastating for these drivers. They kept, hitting those track limits, and it really took them a while to get, within the parameters and really set their boundaries to make some fast laps there. But turns 9 and 10 will be very interesting to watch this weekend as well. So those are my takeaways from the practice session and from the qualifying session. I'm very excited. I'm glad we've got 4 race weekends in July. Every single weekend in July, we have a race. It's going to be a great time. Thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow.